Are you lonesome tonight? Do you miss me tonight? Are you sorry we drifted apart? Does your
Hi guys, welcome to Significant Lovers.
Welcome, welcome.
We are your hosts. My name is Mel.
And I'm Kell.
And I'm Caitlin, and this is Significant Lovers, a true love podcast, not a true crime podcast. This is a podcast where we dive in and explore real relationships from history to today and figure out why they worked out or why they didn't and what that means for us and our relationships in real life.
Yes, it's an anthropology podcast.
Caitlin makes that up every time. It's impressive. Yeah, thanks for joining us. We're cousins also. You gotta know that. Mm-hmm. Cousins, sisters.
Yes. And yeah, Kelly is leading the episode today with a modern couple. A couple that is famous for using the word... Oh, wait, should I not say this
No,
yet?
I was actually going to open saying that.
Oh, okay, you say it. You say it.
They are famous for giving us the phrase consciously uncoupling.
Oh, they're the ones that started that.
You didn't know that?
I didn't.
What?
I don't know why I didn't know that.
Caitlin was born in 2000, so she doesn't know some things.
I don't know. I don't know why I didn't know that's where that started. I knew that was a thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't that long ago, though, right?
No, but you would have been
Little.
kind of young.
Yeah.
It's like, it makes sense you forgot. I'm sure you knew, but you forgot.
Yes.
But you know things I don't know too. So
I also feel like I was weirdly out of pop culture until like 2016-ish or 2018-ish. I feel like people reference big pop culture moments prior to then, and I feel like I don't remember that happening for some reason.
Yeah, well, you were little. Who is this couple, Kel?
Oh, the couple is Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin.
Ooh.
Gwyneth Paltrow is an actress, also known for her lifestyle brand Goop.
Goop.
And Chris Martin is the frontman of the band Coldplay. And we actually have previously covered Gwyneth before in episode 11.
Wow, that was a long time
I know.
So long ago.
I will link to it in the description. Yeah, I feel like when we did that episode, I thought that this one was coming sooner. And now it's like 125 or something. It was about her relationship with Brad Pitt. So if you want to hear about that 90s couple, go back to episode 11. So to start, I just want to say that I love Coldplay.
Yeah, I like them.
I like them too. I love JLo.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
It's a great song.
You know how people talk about the song Yesterday by the Beatles?
Yes.
Which is a great song. I feel like JLo by Coldplay is up there with Yesterday by the Beatles.
Isn't that about Gwyneth Paltrow?
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
No, there are songs about Gwyneth Paltrow, but not that one.
Oh, I thought he wrote it for her like after her father died.
He did write a
Fix
song.
You.
Yeah,
Fix
it was
You.
Fix You.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, am I spoiling stuff?
No, it's all right.
Okay.
It's all right. Yeah, you are, but that's okay. Yeah, so I'm excited to talk about them. And also, I gotta say, Coldplay's been a pretty big part of my love life.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I did not know
I had
that.
2 guys give me Coldplay records as a gift.
Which one?
Sorry, Charlie.
Oh, so not her current quo.
Yeah, and I would always listen to Coldplay, mostly their older albums, you know, when I was feeling heartbroken and yearning. And I think those early records are really good for that. And yeah, I'm mostly talking about old Coldplay. I'm a big fan of. I mean, I still like some of their more recent stuff, but I haven't been really keeping up because they've gone a different direction. It's kind of funny. In the fandom, the people that like mostly their old records go by Old Play.
Oh, that's funny.
Mm-hmm. So before we start, I actually wanted to play a clip from one of our listeners that we received, a voice message from one of our listeners that we received quite a while ago. And I remember I said like, oh, I'm going to play this in an episode, and then I didn't. And it actually doesn't have anything to do with Gwyneth and Chris, but it is about one of our Hall of Flames. So I'm going to play the clip.
Nice.
And this is from our listener, Sierra. It's really overdue. It's about another couple that means a lot to us. Well, I don't know if this one does. It's about Robston. Here we go.
Hey, Kell, Mel, and Caitlin. This is Sierra. I was just wanting to send in a little voice memo because I've been on this is probably my 4th re-listen of the Another Bite of Twilight podcast, y'all's first podcast. And while I was listening on episode 35, in the first 5 minutes, if anybody else wants to go listen to it, you guys started talking about how you want to do a relationships podcast, but you didn't want to go into too much detail because you didn't want other people to steal the idea. But I just thought that was cool to catch that on my 4th re-listen. But the reason it reminded me and that I wanted to send a little voice memo in is because, Rob and Kristen were the reason, the inspiration for this podcast. And I just noticed that Rob and Kristen both have movies coming out in the next month. And Stephen Yeun is in both of those movies. So I was just I wonder if they asked about each other to him and he just knows something that we don't. Super silly. And I know they hate when we talk about Robston, but we can't help ourselves. So I just wanted to get your all's thoughts on that. And yeah, love the podcast. Bye.
Aww. That's so funny. My boyfriend, who I just moved in with, I have some Rob and Kristen stuff. And I don't know how this
What do
came
you
up.
mean by stuff?
Well, wall decor. Actually, I did get rid of some. I decided to not hang up some Robert Pattinson photos because my boyfriend does get pretty jealous.
You threw it away?
I just donated it.
What?
I know.
Why didn't you put it in a box?
I know. But I was am I going to put this in my house someday?
Couldn't you just keep the picture? Why do you have to just keep it for a minute?
I know. I know. I thought it might mean something to someone. I don't know.
Probably not.
So someone took it right away on the street.
Oh, wow.
Really? Okay.
It's just a magazine cover that I framed.
Okay.
Anyways, he said to me the other day, oh, did they ever date? And I was like, oh my gosh. I actually feel
know nothing?
I was I feel like you don't know me that well.
I know. That is crazy.
I did not know that.
Did they ever date? Oh my god.
Did you make him listen to the podcast?
No. I was kind of speechless.
Yeah,
but
I was too.
I didn't want him to really know just how much I was obsessed in a way. But I think that Rob and Kristen have a lot of mutuals still. So I bet they hear about each other.
It's so interesting. That's such a good point that
I
Stephen
forgot
Yeun was
Stephen
in.
Yeun was in both those
Yeah.
movies. Somehow that escaped me.
And Sierra, that's so sweet. I can't believe you've re-listened to Another Bite of Twilight 4 times. By the way, if anyone's new to the podcast, we used to host a Twilight podcast called Another Bite of Twilight. Caitlin re-listens to it.
I re-listen to it all the time.
Thank you. That's so sweet. Yeah, I'm constantly wondering how often they think about the other. I know they've moved on, but I think you're right. I mean, they still they have mutual friends and connections, and it's gotta cross their mind every so often.
Kristen got married recently.
I know.
Haven't even talked about that.
Wow.
We should cover her and her wife.
We should.
We haven't done a Kristen episode.
I know.
That's something
We've thought about it, but we never did. We should. It'd be fun to revisit.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay, now I want to thank our recent patrons.
Thank
you. To the Patreon who just joined. Right now, guys, Patreon is only $3 a month. I don't know if it will always be, because we're only doing one bonus episode a month. But yeah, it's only $3, and you get to vote in polls. You get to have a say in the discussion, and sometimes even choose what couples we do. So
Yep.
it's only $3. That's cheaper than coffee.
Yeah. And access to all of our past episodes.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. We have
all the episodes.
A ton of episodes to listen to. So if you've been thinking about it, considering it, now is the best time to do it.
Yes. So I want to thank for joining Sarah, Natasha, Jessie, Annie, Tiona, and Caitlin.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay!
And Kell, do you have trivia this episode?
I have a little bit of trivia, but it's actually going to come up later
Ooh.
in the episode.
Different.
Not in the beginning.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
Well, if I did it now, it'd be extremely random. So you'll get the context when I get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what are the 3 words then that you would use to describe Gwyneth and Chris?
I actually struggled with this more than I thought I would.
Yeah,
but
it's hard.
If I had to describe them in only 3 words as a relationship, I would say intentional.
Okay.
In like an intentional community kind of way.
Yeah.
Loving and shaky.
Always that negative.
Loving, romantic, dark. Yeah, I already covered Gwyneth in the Brad Pitt episode, but I'm going to just give a refresher because that was so long ago, and I even have some new things to say about her, so I'll get into it. Her full name is Gwyneth Kate Paltrow, the actress and businesswoman. If you want to picture her, if you don't know what she looks like for some reason, if you want to picture her when you listen along, she is tall with straight blonde hair, wide-set blue eyes. I would say she's very much natural beauty. She was born September 27th, 1972 in Los Angeles. Her father was the TV producer Bruce Paltrow, produced shows like St. Elsewhere, and her mother was Blythe Danner, a Tony Award-winning actress and film actress in movies like Meet the Parents.
I always forget about that.
I forgot.
Yeah, she is a little nepo baby. Gwyneth was inspired by her mother on stage and always knew she wanted to act, and her first onstage role was at age 5. When she was 11, her family moved to New York City, and she attended Spence School, and in the episode we talked about how she was kind of like living a Gossip Girl life, but I won't get too much into it now. She briefly attended University of California, Santa Barbara, but she left to pursue full-time acting. Take a drink, I guess. That's like one of our things. Apparently, her parents stopped giving her money when she did this because they didn't approve, but her parents' connections definitely helped her get her foot in the door. Steven Spielberg was a family friend, and she got the role as young Wendy in the movie Hook. She started acting in more roles. She landed a part in the movie Seven, where she met Brad Pitt, who she started dating and then became engaged to. But we have a whole episode about that. After it ended with Brad Pitt, she dated Ben Affleck. And I just have a little story time. So Gwyneth was recently on the podcast Call Her Daddy, and I listened to this episode. I don't listen to that podcast normally, but I just wanted to hear Gwyneth. And the host, Alex, said to her, "Let's play a game, Ben or Brad." And Gwyneth immediately just goes, "Brad."
Oh my God.
And Alex says, "I didn't ask the questions yet."
That's so funny.
I know.
Ben or Brad? Brad.
No matter what. Just no matter what, Brad. Oh
I know.
my God.
She really was not hiding at all her disdain for Ben Affleck.
That's so funny.
And well, she was like kind of loving about it and was like,
Yeah.
he's a good guy, but you know. She does seem to love Brad Pitt, which I know he's had like some shady stuff with.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting her name. Angelina Jolie. But she keeps talking on and on about how great Brad Pitt is, so it is interesting. She did, in that interview, she said that she loved Brad and that he's fantastic. I noticed that's her word. She says fantastic all the time. And Alex Cooper asked her if it's ever awkward seeing an ex in Hollywood, and she said it was, and that it was so scary and awkward when she presented at the Oscars and knew Brad Pitt was there. I just mentioned it because I didn't know that when I did the Brad Pitt episode, so I just wanted to mention
So
it.
funny. Like, I forget that they were engaged, her and Brad Pitt. Like, it seems like so much celebrity lore has happened since then that
Yeah.
it's like
She
Engaged.
literally.
like they are actually exes. Like, it's weird to think that, like,
It wasn't casual.
no.
because, especially since, like, she's had such big relationships, he's had such big relationships. Even though, because even though they have been engaged, it's such a whatever, like,
Yeah.
footnote relationship compared to.
Hey, we have a whole episode
No,
about
I
that.
know, but, like, I think compared, like,
There's just
what
so
other
much has
people would
happened.
think.
So
Yeah,
much has
I
happened.
People
think.
forget about
Yeah,
it.
people can forget about it.
I also thought it was funny in this interview, Alex Cooper asked her if Gwyneth had ever hooked up with Leonardo DiCaprio, and Gwyneth said he was very loose with the goods by the time he was 19, but that they never kissed or anything.
Loose with
the
goods.
goods.
I have to listen to this episode.
By the
It's really
time
good.
he was 19.
Yeah, but that they never kissed or anything.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
I think it's funny because I re-listened to our Gwyneth episode, and you know, when she was first starting out, I feel like she was very open in interviews, and then she had a period of time where she said like, I just don't talk about that kind of stuff anymore. I gotta protect myself. Now it's totally gone out the window. She says anything.
That's funny.
But she is like, is she in her 50s? Yeah,
Definitely.
I think that happens as you get older. You just
for sure.
don't give a fuck anymore.
Plenty of older celebs are like that. I always see clips of them circulating where they're totally trashing on each other.
I love it. We just talked about that in our... Oh my god, guys, there's thunder and lightning.
Yeah, so we hear that in the background.
We're in the safest place you can be. We're in the basement.
True.
The love all my life.
Love, oh my life.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
But after that, and after Ben Affleck, Gwyneth was a rising star, and she had leading roles in movies like Emma and Sliding Doors, which I still haven't seen, but I want to see. And she won the Oscar for Shakespeare in Love in 1998, and she starred in Great Expectations in 1999, Talented Mr. Ripley in 1999, and Royal Tenenbaums in 2001.
Great.
And there was all that Harvey Weinstein stuff where she thanked him in her speech.
Did she talk about that in the Call Her Daddy episode?
I think a little bit, but we talked about it a bit in our episode too.
Yeah.
I guess I can just recap that, like, she had a weird encounter with Harvey, and that Brad like stood up for her. People are perplexed by the whole thing though because of how enthusiastically she thanked him in her speech, but I don't know if she's ever really explained that, but it's complicated.
I think that's explainable. He's a big producer. Even
and
like
power over her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She didn't talk about the speech in her.
No, I don't think she did.
I think it just goes to show us especially how abusive he is.
Exactly. She's so young.
She did talk about how people were so hard on her for that speech because she cried, and she does cry in her acceptance speech, and it is really sad, and I'm actually about to get into it. I turned out to really relate to Gwyneth a lot more than I expected, and for this to be a lot more meaningful than I would have thought if I did this episode like a year or so ago, because around the time that she won the Oscar, her grandfather passed away, and then during that time her father had been battling cancer, like on and off, doing radiation treatment and chemo, and in October 2002, while she was celebrating her birthday on a family trip in Rome, Gwyneth's father, Bruce Paltrow, passed away from complications of throat cancer after a years-long battle, and he was 58. Gwyneth was 30.
Wow. Oh my god.
And in case you guys haven't heard our recent episode, it's weird to say, but Caitlin and my mom recently passed away at the age 59. Almost, I mean, I'm the same age as Gwyneth when this happened. It's like almost the same age as her dad, so I'm in like the exact same place as Gwyneth when this happened. And obviously we've covered a lot of people whose parents died young. It's not the first time, but it's just weird to be like the same age, and I can just really feel for Gwyneth, and it's horrible.
For sure, how big of a deal.
It just puts everything in context.
It does.
You know?
Wait, so was he there on vacation with the family?
Yes, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It happened in Rome.
So they must have, like, it must have been, even though he was sick, shocking because he was traveling with them.
Yeah, because I think he was, like, doing okay, maybe, but he then got sick, and it was, like, complications from the throat cancer that caused, I think he might have gotten pneumonia or something. Yeah, it's so sad, and it's just, you do realize how unfair it is, you know, the disadvantage that people's parents live to be, like, in their 80s and 90s, and not everybody, it's not a guarantee. Don't assume, guys, that that's gonna happen to you. Not to be dark.
I know.
Yes.
I mean, I will also, and don't get upset about aging. Like, each birthday is a gift. And like, now when I see someone who's older, who's elderly, they're in a wheelchair or have a walker, but they're like clearly their late 80s or 90s, I don't think like, oh, I feel bad for them. I think, how lucky are they?
Me too.
That they are that age. What a privilege that they are still here.
I know.
So
even like the first couple weeks after this happened, when I would see an older person, I would feel kind of bitter towards them. It's faded a little bit, but yeah, you're really lucky to get older, so don't sweat it. But anyway, her father's death at a relatively young age led Gwyneth to really double down on her interest in holistic wellness and health. She really didn't want to get cancer and die like she had seen her father. And she even said, I went hardcore into macrobiotics for a certain time. There was this interesting chapter when I got kind of obsessed with eating very, very healthily. I think that I was really trying to heal my dad by proxy, and he just didn't really want anything to do with it, which I can relate and understand.
Totally. That was something that we were dealing with.
Yes, it was. It really was.
Yeah.
Like, as a family, trying to eat healthier and try to, get our mom too. And
towards the end, I got
stressful.
really into healthy eating and got like so many books on the matter and like shopping for healthy
we went to Whole Foods and like went crazy.
Literally.
But it is hard when you're trying to like make somebody else do that.
I know, especially if it is.
Yeah.
If they are sick, like you don't want to make them suffer more by making them eat only really healthy foods, you know.
It is really hard. I just totally get Gwyneth. I totally understand where she's coming from.
Yeah.
And it seems like she continued. I mean, that's like what Goop is all about. I don't really know what she means by like that was a period of time. I feel
I feel like that was your whole
thing. And we'll talk about that later. But I also think when this happened, like in the 90s, early 2000s, this was like peak junk food, like Gushers and Fruit by the Foot and cereals and Super Size Me and stuff. So I think this is just like an interesting time and place. And we're not really in it anymore.
Yeah, because even though I think people would be like, what? Being skinny was in. It was like, being skinny was in. It was like the heroin chic.
It wasn't healthy, though.
But it wasn't healthy.
It wasn't healthy skinny.
It wasn't healthy skinny.
It was like not eating skinny at
like
all.
you might eat a Pop-Tart and that's it all day.
Yeah.
But like you're not getting nutrients and such.
You weren't taking vitamins or anything like that.
Yeah. So anyway, Gwyneth is known for being this health and wellness guru and businesswoman for Goop today, and she is seen as being sort of out of touch, wacky, woo-woo, hippie. I wrote this down.
Woo-woo. You're a woo-woo.
I think that some people feel kind of threatened by her, and it seems like she does have it all. I mean, she is always talking about her, not always, but people ask her what she eats, and she says, and she looks great for her age, and I think that annoys people. And
do you think has she had like fillers and Botox?
She has said that she has done a little bit, and sometimes it was okay and sometimes it looked bad. She's been pretty honest about it. I don't think she's had as much as other stars, but she's
like
had
never
a little
gone
bit.
like under the knife.
I think she's just done things like Botox and filler.
Yeah.
I don't think she's done like
surgery.
She doesn't look like she's had, at least.
I think she doesn't do that much. She looks like she's pretty natural lately, but certainly a little bit. And I'll talk about Goop a little later. So even though that's kind of like the perception of Gwyneth now, I would say that around the time our story starts, I would describe young Gwyneth as pretty cool, easy to get along with, very disciplined with herself, but easy on everyone else. And it almost seems like she doesn't want you to know how hard she is on herself. She seems pretty spiritual, sort of a hippie, yuppie, but really fun, too. And I liked this comment on YouTube that Patsy Phillips said. Whoever you are, Patsy Phillips.
I was going to say,
it's just a user.
She's not even a listener.
I want to give credit. Patsy Phillips said, I've never understood any criticism of Gwyneth. She seems real and comfortable with herself. She laughs easily and doesn't take herself too seriously. She appreciates the life she has and loves her family.
That's sweet.
Anyway, so Gwyneth was just, bereft, totally distraught from her father's death, completely lost soul. I mean, she was a huge daddy's girl. You can even hear it in that Oscar speech. And she also had been a big fan of Coldplay's first album, Parachutes. She had plans to go to the concert in New York. It was only 3 weeks after her father's death, and she didn't really want to go anymore. She was not in the mood. But her friend told her, you need this, you have to go. So she went to see Coldplay, and there on stage was the lead singer, frontman Chris Martin.
Wow.
Okay, who's Chris Martin?
Yeah.
I don't know. Who is he?
Full name, Christopher Anthony John Martin.
Okay, so that's pretty much his name.
Yep. Yeah, he's not going by a fake name or anything. He is, for the people to picture, in case you don't know, I don't know, he's sort of blondish.
No, kind of hard to describe.
Light brown, curly-ish hair. But he wears it pretty short most of the time.
Easy, you know.
He has blue eyes. I honestly think he looks sort of similar to Gwyneth.
They look like they could be related.
Yeah, they do. And she does have a brother, I forgot to mention.
He looks British.
He has sort of gap teeth.
Yeah.
And he has his ears pierced. Yeah, he's British.
He is British?
Yes.
Oh, that's why he looks British.
Yeah. He was born March 2nd, 1977 in Exeter, Devon, England. So he's 5 years younger than Gwyneth.
Ooh.
He's the eldest of 5 children. His father was an accountant and mother was a music teacher, and she actually grew up in Zimbabwe.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Chris's grandfather, interestingly, ran a motorhomes business called Martins of Exeter.
Cute.
Selling, like, RVs. I think Chris, I mean, he wasn't of somewhat nobility or anything. He wasn't, like, Cara Delevingne, but he did go to boarding school, so I think he must have been quite well off.
He's probably, like, middle.
Upper middle.
Okay.
Maybe. Middle? I think he felt sort of awkward as a kid. There was this one story where him and a friend hung out with his friend's sister and other girls, and later that friend said, yeah, my sister asked that you don't come next time. So in the stories that Chris tells, I think that when he was younger, he felt like sort of a loser and rejected. But then he started getting into music throughout middle and high school, and he played piano, wrote songs, and he said that he's had sort of an attitude like, I'll show them someday. Before college or uni, in 1996, during a gap year, he worked at Shed Studios in Zimbabwe, writing jingles for plays.
He moved to Zimbabwe?
I think he just went there because his mom lived there, and growing up, maybe his grandparents still live there. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So he went there just for a summer. I know, I couldn't figure out how he got this job.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe his grandparents do live in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
So then he attended University College London, and in 1998, that's when the band Coldplay was formed with some mates. It was Chris on piano and lead vocals, and then Johnny Buckland on guitar, and then later fellow students Guy Berryman on bass, and Will Champion became a guitarist, who later switched to drums. Originally, Coldplay was called Big Fat Noises.
Ew.
And then
I know, that's pretty bad.
And then they were called Starfish. And then they changed it to Coldplay, taking it from their university friend who originally planned to call his band Coldplay. That friend got the name from a poetry book by Philip Horky called Child's Reflections Coldplay. But the idea was ultimately discarded. So basically this guy was like, he had a band called Coldplay, and then he said, actually, I don't want to use this name anymore. So then they said, can we use it? And he said, sure.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Because it's not really personal at all.
They just liked the sound of it.
What? Yeah, I like the sound of it too, but what, even in the context of
It
that,
doesn't even
what does
make
that
it-
mean?
yeah.
Coldplay.
Well, it was a poetry book, and it was actually 2 separate words in the title, like cold space play. I think it just sounded cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really means nothing.
It does sound cool, yeah.
It's better than their first one.
Big fat noises.
Hate it. Especially with the music they make.
And Starfish? I feel like there is
Starfish
a band
isn't
called
that
Starfish.
bad.
No, there's called
Fish.
Big Fish, yeah. And
It's a little cheesy.
Star.
It's a little
Yeah.
cheesy, yeah.
Yeah.
So Coldplay, it works.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure you guys, who hasn't heard a Coldplay song? But I was going to say that Chris has a beautiful singing voice. I think it's very elegant and able to hit very high notes, but low as well. Coldplay first appeared on the UK's Top 100 in 1999 with the single Brothers and Sisters. Ooh. I wish I had said something like really ominous when that happened. Then they signed to the major label Parlophone and released the Blue Room EP, which got great reviews. In 2000, their first full-length album, Parachutes, was released, which features the song Yellow, which Caitlin loves.
Love it.
And it won Best Alternative Album at the Grammys.
Good.
Even though I always say I don't care about the Grammys, but you gotta mention it.
They made the right choice there.
At this point, although they're now signed to a major label, Coldplay's still largely an indie rock band, very guitar-driven, moody, known for being somewhat depressing, although Yellow is very cheery. It's like one of their most famous songs, but all their other songs at that point were a bit sadder.
It's cheery, but it's still
Yeah.
kind of sad sounding.
It's like a little melancholy.
Yeah.
But it's overall a happy song, I would say. right?
Look at the stars.
Look how it shines.
Yeah, I think it's happy. I think it's peaceful.
Yeah, it's peaceful.
Yeah, it's peaceful.
Yeah.
It's not like a sky full of stars, but
Yeah.
which comes way later. But
Nothing.
yeah, and I was listening to some early Coldplay today, and some of their early music really sounds like it could just be playing at like a small club. It could be just this little band that you see. It's crazy how big they got, and they're known for like arenas now. Chris previously had a relationship with a live events producer named Lily Sovani around this Parachute album released. She's English, she's brunette, and I think that those early Coldplay lyrics are about her, most likely.
Is he mostly the lyricist?
He is mostly the lyricist.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question. According to the Irish Examiner, Chris, this is around the time of Parachutes, he said, "I'm just like everyone else, and I think girls are great, but I'm just a little boy yet. I haven't yet been out with a lot of girls." And then he said, "Men are all just silly creatures running around, and I'm the first to lust after girls, though I do get embarrassed and shy. At the moment, I really, really fancy the actress Rachel Weisz. I'd like to take Rachel to fly a kite on Hampstead Heath.
Kite.
That would be really cozy. It's really mad fame. One paper even said I was going out with Natalie Imbruglia. Another said Gwyneth Paltrow. Should I sue them? I was really pissed off with them because it's not true. The only person I've ever been pictured embracing in public was Mo Mowlam, and I'm fine with that." And by the way, Mo Mowlam was a British Labour Party politician.
So at that point, had him and Gwyneth Paltrow never met yet?
I don't think they had actually met yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who
Foreshadowing.
even like started that rumor?
I don't know. It might have been because I think she did go to another show or something.
Okay.
And then people just ran off with that. But I think at this point they actually had not met.
Wow. Whoever just came up with that,
I know.
their mind.
I know.
I do wonder if that made it happen in a way.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, it puts
the
idea.
Yeah, it puts the idea in their heads.
Like the papers are saying we're dating. Maybe we should make it happen.
Is that Chris?
I guess so.
She's American.
That's Chris.
If I had to describe Chris as a person, he's tough. He's a lot more tough than Gwyneth, I think. I think he's sort of an enigma. He does seem really polite and optimistic and kind and excitable and energetic and ambitious. He seems sort of similar to Gwyneth, that he's kind of spiritual and like always searching for meaning in the way and stuff. But he also seems like he could have a little bit of a hothead and yeah, and a little bit maybe self-conscious, self-indulgent, not that down to earth. I don't know, but he's kind of hard for me to grasp. So where we left Gwyneth in 2002, Coldplay just released the album A Rush of Blood to the Head, which is famous for its songs The Scientist and Clocks. It's a really great album, and I always think of Clocks was in the trailer for the 2003 Peter Pan movie, which we love in our family.
I think that's why.
And it's so magical.
I think that's why I really know it.
Well, it's a famous song as well.
Well,
but-
that too, but I also really love that movie.
Yeah, but I
so
do,
that too.
every time I hear it, I do think of like golden fairy dust, and it just feels very magical. And the, literally the clock on the Big Ben that they like fly by. Yeah, I love that record. I love Warning Sign too. That's a great song. But anyway, so that was a big hit back when people bought CDs and listened to rock music. It won 3 Grammys: Best Alternative Album, Best Rock Performance for In My Place, and Record of the Year for Clocks.
Whoa.
And a lot of old plays consider this their best album.
Old play.
So what are there's probably no like totally new fans that are just like new play, right?
Probably not.
Yeah, are there any new plays who are like, fuck the old albums?
I don't think so. I think there's the people that are like,
Don't
hey, I
mind
like
it.
everything.
Yeah.
Like, give it a chance. So, October 2002, Coldplay is on tour for A Rush of Blood to the Head, and Gwyneth went to the show at the Bowery Ballroom in New York. I've been there. I like that place.
Is that at the Bowery Hotel?
No.
No.
Oh, that's just a different place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So,
What did you go to there?
I went to Wet Leg and this band called Cut Worms. And maybe something else, but I can't remember. Anyway, so they were playing at the Bowery, which is pretty small, actually. That's kind of crazy that they were there.
Wow.
Like, you heard the bands I listed.
And is it standing room only?
Yeah, it's standing room only.
And so Gwyneth is just there, like, standing room? Like,
yeah.
Standing.
It's kind of like...
Big actress to be there.
It's pretty small. It's smaller than the House of Blues.
Wow. And she's an Oscar winner at this point.
Yeah.
I know.
Wow.
I guess
Crazy.
it is pre...
Social
social media, but still.
But we're going to say 9/11. Oh my God.
No, this is after 9/11.
like pre, like as if there's gonna be a terrorist attack or something.
Wait, it's after
this
that,
is
right?
after 9/11.
2002, yeah.
I was going to say this is 9/11.
Yeah,
No.
9/11 happened at the Bowery Ballroom. No, yeah, so it's pre-social media, so maybe people.
Yeah, people didn't have, like, camera phones.
Yeah. So they also probably weren't like tweeting like Gwyneth Paltrow's out here, come swarm or whatever.
Yeah,
you
it's like
know?
either paparazzi's there or they're not, you know.
Literally.
Yeah.
So it was 3 weeks after Gwyneth lost her father, Bruce Paltrow. So I think it might have been sometime around October 24th, I would say, if I had to guess.
Halloween episode.
I took out the calendar. Yeah.
You took out the calendar.
I looked it up. So, according to Paltrow Martin lore, Chris had his assistant ask the actress to meet him backstage.
Ooh.
And they must have spent time together that night and then exchanged numbers, because then Chris called her and asked her to come to Ireland to see them at their next show. And Gwyneth's friend said, "You've got to do this. This is the first time you've smiled since your dad died."
Aww.
Maybe like her, I mean, I know it didn't end working out in the long term, but like what if her dad sent,
Oh,
you know, like set that up somehow?
Send Chris Martin.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or like, I know she went to the concert, but like somehow was like, you need something to smile about, you know? I was thinking, what if Chris, like if he invited her backstage, what if he's the one that like made up the rumor that like I've been linked with Gwyneth Paltrow?
Nobody even said that.
No one.
He just wanted her attention.
To put it out there, yeah.
People are saying I'm with Gwyneth Paltrow.
People are saying I'm saying it.
Maybe. So later in life, back on that Call Her Daddy podcast, this
Her
was such
daddy podcast?
No, Call Her Daddy. It was such a juicy interview. She described meeting Chris as, when I met him, there was a very deep thing there, and I couldn't quite put my finger on it because it felt very different from my other relationships. It's not so much that the relationship itself turned out to be healthier than my other relationships. It's just that I think I had this deep calling on some level. I knew he was going to be the father of my kids, maybe, or something. It was a very strong feeling.
Wow.
You think it was like not exactly this, but like somewhat love at first sight type
Yeah,
thing?
maybe. Yeah.
Like kind of knowing this might be a long term.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
She said that she was very depressed at the time and that Chris was this super energetic, full of life, younger guy. And she said, I must have projected hope and safety and forever onto him. So then they date for a year.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Just going.
Yeah.
for it.
Yep.
Okay.
But I wanted to say that she talked about how she was still suffering, you know, struggling after the death of her dad. And she said, I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought I was having a heart attack. The only reason I didn't call the emergency services is because I didn't know that in England you dial 999. In America, it's 911. Honestly, I thought I was dying.
Oh.
And she said it was really, really tough. But I just thought it was interesting because she was obviously in England because of Chris Martin.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They're like staying together. I don't know if she's
Yeah.
just living with him, but like it's pretty serious
I would
already.
assume.
I'd imagine it's pretty tough, like dating someone while you're actively like in like such a raw part of grieving.
Yeah, I know.
Dating someone new, because it's like how much do you share that with them? 'Cause,
Yeah.
like you don't really know them that well. And I mean, I don't know if Chris had any like significant loss, but it sounds like he hadn't lost a parent yet. So like that's a very vulnerable place to be in, and like it's a lot for a partner, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
To have their partner lose
Yeah.
someone very close to them.
I was thinking about this a lot. I think it's really hard to support someone. It's hard to like be yourself kinda and to be, you know, in a good mood and up for like fun dates and stuff. So I was thinking about Chris and Gwyneth and what that must have been like. And he must have been a pretty good partner to, you know, be there for her and to be patient. And
Yeah.
I don't know, Kate, this might be like too much to ask you, but I don't know. How would you feel like starting to date somebody now.
Oh my
or
God, yeah.
Or 3 weeks after. I mean, we're past that now. But
Yeah, we're past the 3 weeks, which is something that I've been thinking about because obviously I'm currently single.
I didn't know that's obvious. But
Well, I don't know.
We
Well, you know.
We know.
It's obviously
Not to the
single.
listeners.
It's not to our listeners, unless you can just hear it in my voice or something. But I've been thinking, because I was like trying to date before everything happened and then put things on pause. And yeah, I do want to be in a relationship, but I'm just like, I don't know how long to wait. And because at the same time, it is also awkward, like if you were to go on a date. I mean, it helps, I guess, in part that Gwyneth is a very high profile person, so maybe he's aware.
Yeah.
I don't know how big in the news maybe her dad's passing would be, but if you're on a first date with somebody and they're like, oh, what about your parents? And you'd be like, oh, like my mom passed away, and they're like, when? You're like, a month ago or something.
I know.
Oh, what? I don't know.
Well,
like
and it's
weird.
so fresh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fresh. It's weird. So I don't know. So,
I get that. I almost feel like people's reaction is almost like, what are you doing?
Literally.
Out
They
here.
yeah, exactly. So I don't know how long. Exactly. So I don't know. So I mean, I'm still like kind of on the app, so I'm not like actively really looking, because I do feel kind of weird about it. But if there was someone like special, I guess I would really pursue it. But maybe that's just what Gwyneth felt like. They really hit it off.
Yeah.
And maybe she did mention something about her dad, like maybe a song or something.
Yeah.
And the set really made her emotional, or because they have emotional songs, and they talked about it, or she mentioned like, oh, 3 weeks ago my dad died, and
Yeah.
maybe even though he hadn't really experienced loss, he was able to connect or something.
He seems to have like a melancholy way about him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe
he seems empathetic.
yeah, maybe he is just a really empathetic and really understanding and sweet and like good listening type guy. It probably is interesting to get into a relationship with somebody who just recently lost their parent. I mean, I was in a relationship with someone who lost their parent, although it was like years prior. That was kind of interesting.
It's complicated.
It's very complicated.
Yeah.
Because it also is something you don't want to like pry about.
Well, I feel like it's also tricky because it's like you can't separate yourself from that
I
grief and that
know.
loss, but you also want the person, if you're in a new relationship, to get to know you, like all parts of yourself.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you want someone to get to know you, all of you. Because clearly grief is a part of you. Like, you're
Yeah.
going to experience that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want them to know you without that. So you also don't want your first foot forward to be the side of you that normally they would only see you in certain circumstances.
True.
Yeah.
So deep, Kate.
Yeah.
Very, very astute.
And like it's definitely when you're actively in the grieving process, I would imagine like Kelly is in a relationship, and we've talked about this on the podcast. Like it's not always a time when and like I just kind of feel like I experienced this when my mom was really sick. Like it's not always 50-50 and like the other person's gonna have to like do more in terms of support.
That's so true.
Yeah.
But if it's just starting a relationship with someone, it's a lot to expect that person
Exactly.
to be doing like
Yeah.
80% of the support.
Yeah, because, like, I'm fine to just, like, talk to my family and indulge in talking to my family about stuff.
Yeah.
But if somebody, like, let's say they are grieving and they would like to talk to their loved one or their, like, new girlfriend or something, or new boyfriend or whatever, which I don't fault them for, I could see how that could be an issue maybe for a new girlfriend or boyfriend also to feel like this is a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, because
So-
also you were trying to get to know that person too. You know?
You don't even know yet if you want to be that person for them.
Yeah, exactly.
Their support system.
But then you also
whatever.
feel like I can't break up with them because also they just
Yeah.
lost their parent and they need me as a support system. So I don't know. There's a lot of
It's tough. I was also wondering if maybe like she, in the aftermath of this, really felt like, I mean, she had this broken engagement. She's 30. I don't know. Maybe she is kind of like, I know I want to have kids. Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
here's this guy.
Yeah,
like, he's
exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
And it seems like she just knew. But I wonder
Yeah.
if that kind of influenced her a little bit. Like,
Probably.
watching her father pass away.
I would say so.
I know.
It
And
kind of puts things in perspective.
you can maybe cut this out because
Okay.
I don't know if it's like,
Too personal?
no, not too personal, but too, I don't know, like,
Touchy.
I don't know if I'm,
Okay, just
Okay,
say it.
just
father passed away. Like, is it comforting to have a new man in her life?
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
maybe.
I don't want to like be like Oedipus or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Oedipus. I don't think that's that weird. But they're together, and I don't really have like a ton of information about these early days, but they're in a very seemingly serious committed relationship. And then something interesting happened in 2003 that I never knew about. While Coldplay was on tour, Chris was actually arrested in Australia by local police for attacking a paparazzo's car.
Wow.
It's reported by Hello Magazine, but then I also found it written about in like People and other things, so I think it might be true. The magazine said that when the photographer refused to delete pictures of him at Byron Bay Beach, he apparently grabbed a rock and attempted to smash the windshield and puncture the car's tires. And the paparazzo in question, John Lester, told the publication he lost it. I told him I was entitled to take pictures of him on a public beach, but he just wouldn't accept it. And Chris admitted to the police what he'd done, saying that the loss of composure was due to constant harassment. And he was arrested and charged, but the charges were eventually dropped.
I don't blame him.
No.
That's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like that's not that bad.
No.
Yeah.
I was worried it was going to be like a DUI
No, it's
or
not that bad.
something, but
It's
yeah,
not.
that's not bad.
But something like this does happen again, so it was just interesting.
oh.
But it shows his like hot-headed behavior or something.
Yeah.
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 I mean, we've seen other celebrities
Yeah,
do
that
this
reminds
too.
me of someone else who
There
was a
was
hothead.
someone.
Yeah.
Who are we thinking of? I knew you described someone as a hothead.
Yeah, but
We've
it was
talked
like,
about so many people.
obviously it's like
was
Elvis,
your
but it was one of
person.
my
It was one of your-
Obviously, it's Elvis, but
Yeah, what? Obviously, it's
or Johnny Cash.
No, it was not an older person.
It was a modern person.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at our list of
Who is it?
because it's like really reminding me.
Ben.
Oh, Liam Hemsworth. I think it was Liam Hemsworth.
Maybe Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, it's kind of surprising.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a surprising hothead. Yeah,
That's
someone
that's
that seems chill.
that's
new
a new
type.
category. Surprising.
Maybe that's why they seem chill because it just like suddenly like they.
They bottle it all up
Yeah.
until they just snap. Yeah. November 2003. So I guess this is like almost exactly a year after they first met. According to People magazine, Gwyneth and Chris were searching for a home together in North London.
Wow.
And when asked during a BBC interview whether she and Chris were planning to tie the knot, Gwyneth responded, "I hope so. Ask him."
Okay.
And then, a month later, December 3rd, 2003, Gwyneth's publicist confirmed to the Associated Press that the two were expecting their first child together.
What?
Ready?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know they had a wedlock baby.
But then 2 days later, on December 5th, they married in a private secret ceremony in Santa Barbara, California.
Wow. It's moving
So did
fast.
they get
Moving fast.
married because she was pregnant?
Possibly.
Wedlock Wednesday.
Wedlock Wednesday. No family members attended the wedding.
None.
Not even her mother.
What?
I know.
She have a bad relationship with her mom?
I don't think that, like,
Don't you need to have a witness? Was it like a friend?
must have been a friend.
Wow.
That's very intimate.
I know. I don't know what's up with that. I wonder why. I don't know why they did this. I was wondering if maybe she
Yeah.
was like, I don't know if she's still upset about her dad. I don't know if she was like too upset to have a big wedding. I don't know.
I know, but I also feel like
That's disappointing.
not
I
a big
know.
wedding, but it's like, but you know, your mom just lost her husband.
I know.
I
I don't know. I don't know
Like,
why her mom wasn't there.
The other people in the family probably want something to celebrate and be happy
What about
about.
his siblings?
I don't know.
Do you think
no
maybe
family was?
it-
Yeah, he has 4 siblings.
Do you
Yeah.
think it was not planned? They just
Possibly.
impulsively
yeah.
got married, though?
Yeah, I think so.
That's
Hopefully they did a
seems very
redo.
impulsive. Huh?
Hopefully they did like a remake with their family or something.
Maybe. If they
That
did,
is
I don't know. So then May 14th, 2004, 5 months after the wedding, Chris and not that I'm keeping score.
What?
Chris and Gwyneth welcomed their first child together, a daughter iconically named Apple Blythe Martin.
Yeah,
I like
Apple.
I like the name Apple. Besides the fact that it's a company.
True.
But I like it. I think it is very, like, I know she said, like, it's biblical. Like, the forbidden fruit.
Apple.
Like, I don't know. It feels very,
It's cute.
yeah.
I think if it was a middle name, I wouldn't mind it. As a first name, I don't know.
But some fruits, like lemon is a name.
Is it?
That's kind of a strange one, too.
Yeah.
But it's not that common.
I've never heard it. I've
Clementine?
I'm not even the biggest
Kinda.
fan
It's
of
not that
one.
common.
I guess, yeah.
Fruits should be a more common name, though.
They should. It's weird.
They're
Like,
cute.
flowers are
Yeah.
pretty common.
Pear.
Banana.
Banana would be so absurd.
I think it would have been weirder. Banana.
that would be absurd.
But if you think about it, it's kind of like Anna.
Yeah.
Banana.
I think banana's cute, actually, the more I think about it.
Banana.
Watermelon would
Why
be
not?
a weird one.
Melon.
Cantaloupe.
Melon I could see.
Melon-
Watermelon.
I mean,
is
I'm
weird.
Mel,
Yeah.
Melon.
Watermelon would be weird.
Yeah.
Grape.
Grape, too weird.
Kiwi's cute.
Kiwi is
Actually, I
cute.
thought Kiwi would be a really cute dog name.
Oh, that would be cute.
Okay,
Oh my God, I might
apple's
steal
not
that.
horrible. It's
Grape.
definitely... At the time, I think it was a very bizarre
Oh, it was-
celebrity
yeah.
baby
It was-
name.
That's like
Now it's not as bad.
Apple is like the example that they always use.
Yes.
Like when they're talking about celebrity baby names.
They're
like,
always like, Apple.
yeah, I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow named her baby Apple.
I
like-
know. That's the name people give for some
Literally.
example. A lot of people assume that Gwyneth would have come up with the name since she's known for being sort of hippie, but it was actually Chris's idea, apparently.
Really?
Gwyneth said her dad came up with the name and I fell in love with it. And she said, I thought it was original and cool. I can't imagine her being called anything else.
Apple Martin is kind of a cool name.
Apple Martin.
I think Apple by
Yeah.
itself, stupid. Apple Martin.
I feel like something like if you
It
know
sounds good.
an apple and like you just accept that
You know.
no, but if you accepted that Apple is a name, it's
Name.
not a bad name. Like it's
Yeah.
like what is a name? Like it's just sounds that we make up.
true.
Like,
I will say Apple sounds more masculine.
Apple. Yeah, I see that.
yeah,
It sounds a little masculine.
I think of apples as girls though.
But the sound sounds masculine.
Yeah, I would picture it more as a
What
masculine.
about orange?
Boy,
Masculine.
it is a boy.
Yeah.
Orange. Most fruits
Sounds a
are
little
girls,
French, though.
I think.
Orange.
Orange, banana.
That wouldn't be banana.
Now I
You couldn't get people to
kind of
pronounce it right,
like now I kind of like the name banana.
Banana. Banana.
Nell's kids' names are gonna be Cullen and Banana. You know what?
This is like The Sims.
Yeah. No, I think maybe when I'm a grandmother, hopefully if I'm a grandmother someday, my name will be Banana.
Oh, that's
Banana?
cute. You just came up with that?
I just came up
Oh
with
my
it.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, because like
Banana.
banana.
Yeah, Banana.
Okay,
is what my
cute.
grandkids will call me.
Yeah.
Aw.
That'd be cute.
So, back to the story.
Yeah.
All throughout 2004 and into 2005, Coldplay are working on their next album, X and Y, and this was a much more difficult writing process for their third album. There were constant changes and re-recordings. They wrote apparently 60 songs during this time, discarding most of them. And it just sounds like it was a difficult time for them for some reason. They had to go back to the drawing board several times. This is actually by far my favorite Coldplay album, but the band has said many times that this is their least favorite, which upsets me. But I think it was for personal reasons that they weren't enjoying it. I think they were clashing. And this was also around the same time that joke from the 40-Year-Old Virgin came out where he says, you know how I know you're gay, you like Coldplay.
Aw.
And I think that they felt a little bit boxed in by their own style at the time, but I love what they did. I think
Yeah.
I love the album, and they were still nominated for many Grammys and other awards.
Is that the one where the cover art is like that rock thing?
No, that's the second one. That's A Rush of Blood to the Head. This is the one where it's like a dark blue background and it's like a rainbow. I don't really know what it is.
Yeah. It's like a shape.
Yeah, it's a shape. The famous songs in it are Speed of Sound and Fix You.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fix
And Fix You was inspired, as Mel said in the beginning, Fix You was inspired by Chris's wish to help.
Okay, I've seen that.
To help Gwyneth grieve her father, who she had lost when they first met. And he wanted to base the song on a church organ. Instead, he powered up a keyboard that was given to Gwyneth by her father, and she hadn't really used it. So it's sweet that he used this keyboard that her dad bought. And yeah, so this would be the first Coldplay album that has like Gwyneth-inspired lyrics. And there's a song on X and Y called Swallowed by the Sea that I mean, the fans accept is about Gwyneth. I think it probably is. It's it's very slow burn, like uplifting, I'd say triumph of the human spirit type of song. And the lyrics are, you cut me down a tree and brought it back to me, and that's what made me see where I was going wrong. You put me on a shelf and kept me for yourself. I can only blame myself. You can only blame me. I don't know what that's about. And I could write a song 100 miles long. Well, that's where I belong, and you belong with me. And I could write it down or spread it all around, and you'll come back to me, not swallowed in the sea. I don't know. It just sounds like we belong together. That's, I think, the overall message. Gwyneth is still acting at this time. She acts alongside Jude Law and Angelina Jolie. Interesting, we just mentioned her, in a movie called Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow, which I had never heard of.
Never
Have
heard
you
of
guys?
it. No.
Yeah. And then she was in the movie Proof with Jake Gyllenhaal. So I feel like she was starting to not have as many highly acclaimed movies as she had before.
These are all people we've covered. Angelina Jolie,
I know, seriously.
Jude Law, Jake Gyllenhaal.
I know. Maybe I mentioned them on purpose. Because I think she was doing other things too, but I just feel like she was in a lot of like Oscar type movies, and then that for some reason started to stop after she won the Oscar. That happens sometimes. I don't know.
Maybe because
what do you like? You don't need an Oscar
yeah,
anymore.
it's true. That's maybe she just wasn't even picking them. You're right. Maybe she was like, well, I'll get to this. She does eventually quit from acting. So.
Yeah, but also maybe because she was the whole Harvey Weinstein stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to work with her after the whole Brad Pitt type thing.
Maybe.
Too.
Sometime in late fall or early winter 2004, there was an incident where Chris and Gwyneth were leaving a hospital in New York. And I don't know why they were leaving the hospital, but the paparazzi were waiting and stood right outside the car as Gwyneth got in, and they were asking a bunch of questions. And then, this is all on video, by the way, Chris grabs him and says, "Get the fuck out of here, man, show some respect," and like tosses him on the ground. And then Chris grabs the camera from the ground to smash it, and the paparazzo grabs him from behind to get the camera back. They have like a whole tussle, and then Chris keeps saying, "Show some respect, show some respect," and then he gets in the car, and one of the guys says, "What a jerk, you're supposed to be a father."
Oh my god. But I don't blame Chris at all.
I know.
Who knows what reason? Like,
yeah, I
like
know.
you said, they're at the hospital. Like, something bad could have happened. It's like, I could see losing my temper.
Yeah.
I know. It's not bad.
No, it's not bad, but yeah, I guess it does show like he can
turn it up when he needs to.
Yeah.
Which surprises me, because he seems so like sweet and
I know, but that's kind
gentle.
of hot.
Yeah,
As long as it's not like towards Gwyneth or something. It
hope.
seems like that was like to protect her.
2005, all I wrote for 2005 is that Chris was on tour again for 139 shows from June to March. And that's a lot.
I could.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
139. Like,
yeah.
Some artists are vocal about not liking touring. Like, I think Michael Jackson didn't like touring.
Miley doesn't
doesn't like to tour. And I see why. It sounds so exhausting.
Yeah.
Coldplay tours a ton.
I feel like they're only ever touring.
Yeah, they tour a lot. Like, if they're not here, they're in Asia or Europe or something. Like, they're touring all the time.
Horrible.
It's crazy.
Like, how do you even sleep?
I've been to a Coldplay concert.
Cool.
By the way, yeah. It was really fun. I had a great time. 2006, in January, it was revealed at the SAG screening of her movie Proof. So yeah, she's still acting. It was revealed that she is pregnant again.
Whoa.
Congrats.
And 6 months later, after announcing it, April 2006, she gave birth to a son, Moses Bruce Anthony Martin.
Wow, another biblical name.
Yeah.
See, I think Moses and Apple go really well together.
Just
I
makes them
loves
seem
it.
wicked.
I like
like
it.
religious or something. Wait, what's the middle name?
Bruce, so that's her dad's
Bruce.
name, and then Anthony
Okay.
is Chris's
Middle
middle name.
Moses.
Did you say you have to go to the bathroom or something?
And
No.
we know, but I do.
Okay. Should we take a break?
Okay.
How about we take a little break, and when we get back, we'll talk about Moses Martin. Sounds good.
To Moses.
We're back. We're back.
Back to Moses.
So, interestingly, Moses is actually a Coldplay song that's on their live 2003 album, which would have been 3 years before this, which he wrote about falling in love with Gwyneth.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. I didn't put the lyrics, but trust me, it's about Gwyneth. Apparently, after Gwyneth gave birth to Moses, she began suffering from postpartum depression. And she has said that Chris realized that something was wrong and urged her to get treatment. And that's all I really know about that. But
Isn't it horrible? Just like that can happen.
yeah.
You know, I feel like I can picture it happening to me.
Oh, no.
Well, hopefully not. And if it did, though, that, people
Yeah.
would be there to notice and
But you're so
get you treatment.
Is some of it just like hormonal, and then some of it is it sleep deprivation?
I think that attributes
Maybe,
to it.
maybe.
I would need to read it. I don't know enough about it, but I think that adds to it, maybe.
It's such a change in your life, too. It's such a crazy experience to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely hormones. There's something going on.
Yeah.
But then from 2006 to 2008, Coldplay's back to work. They're working on Viva La Vida or Death and All His Friends,
That's a
which
good
I
song.
love. I love that album. Oh, what an album. It has Cemeteries of London, Lost, 42, Viva La Vida, of course, Lovers in Japan. 2006, yeah. So I was like in 6th grade. I was really into it. And this is when they were wearing like the Beatles Sgt. Pepper's uniform.
Mm-hmm.
After having her children, Gwyneth felt she no longer wanted to be away from her kids for long periods of time and said she was no longer excited about acting. She, had also won an Oscar at a young age, and she said that I had the validation so early that it was almost not a good thing.
Yeah.
And said it's just
Yeah.
not as glamorous as it looks.
Yeah, because what do you strive for after that?
I mean, some
Another Oscar,
some
I
people
guess?
do seem to keep going. They want
I
another
guess.
Oscar, but
I mean, maybe some people, like, their whole passion is the acting, and so maybe
Yeah.
they
Just
don't
the
care about
role
the awards.
itself. Yeah.
So there is that.
Yeah.
But if acting isn't fully your passion, then
Yeah.
I understand.
But
why
it is a job
quit.
at the end of the day. Like
It is a job, yeah.
job. Like you have to
Yeah.
show up early. You have to work long hours. You have
It
to
seems hard.
put yourself out
You have to be
there.
away months at a time.
Yeah. Probably, and sometimes it's like if you're shooting on set somewhere, sometimes you're cold, like
yeah.
you're tired, you have
Yeah.
to kiss someone, like that
You're not in control.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
And like if you have the money to not need to do it,
Yeah, if your husband is a famous rock star who's touring and whatever, and you
That's
aren't that
true.
passionate about your
Yeah.
own job, might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she wanted to follow other passions. So Gwyneth began her health and wellness brand Goop, but it actually just started as a newsletter. It seemed like she was gonna just make it be a blog at first, writing about recommendations and like places to go in different cities and things like that. She came up with the name Goop because the designer Peter Arnell was telling her that successful internet companies have double O's in their name.
oh,
And she wanted it to be a word that means nothing and could mean anything. So she added the double O between her initials and thus resulted in the company name.
wow. Wait, that's so smart.
Okay.
Goop.
I get like
I like the sound of it.
Google and Yahoo, but
Yeah.
like what else?
I don't know. I was thinking the same thing. Maybe there were some others that have...
Yeah, maybe that
fallen out of
aren't
fashion.
around
Facebook.
anymore.
Oh yeah, Facebook
Okay,
has double O. Not Instagram or Tumblr.
But maybe
But this
those were
was
pre.
earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is in early days.
Zoop or something? No.
Soup. That's too close to
Not Amazon.
No.
Wait, so what did you say? Yahoo and Google,
Google and then Facebook.
Facebook.
But I think this was pre-Facebook, right?
No.
It's 2008, so I think it had like just come out.
yeah.
But it
Actually,
wasn't-
I think it came out in like 2006.
I don't know.
But it was only, remember, it was only
It
for
was only
college
on
students
college
first.
students, yeah.
Anyway,
not that
or
important.
I could Google it. Oh, well, there's also Zoom, but I feel like that was way
That's
later.
way later, yeah.
That's what I meant by Zoop, I think. Isn't there one like Zoop?
Not that I can think of.
What
Is
about,
there like a psychology to that?
what about YouTube? Kind of sounds like it.
Kind of.
I don't know what the maybe it's just an association with Google or something.
Maybe.
Anyway, Goop went on to become an online shop, a publishing imprint, a fashion label, eventually entered the vitamins and supplements market, podcast, Netflix documentary, all that. Goop has faced a lot of criticisms for its pseudoscience, sometimes false claims in advertising. I don't think Goop is like a full-on scam, but sometimes they're reckless and they definitely make mistakes.
Yeah, I've seen things about it, and I never thought it was that scammy, but yeah, like it's definitely pushing things that aren't that true.
It's not like FDA approved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think they had this thing where it was like steaming your hoo-ha type thing, and it's like, yeah, like there's no
Steaming your
actual science to back up that does anything.
Or they had the jade egg to put in your hoo-ha.
That does do something.
Does
though.
it?
I think that helps with your what's it
That's
called?
so
Your
funny.
pelvic floor.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they were claiming.
Yeah.
It does seem
But
like
the steaming does nothing.
It does seem like it's like a lot of like word of mouth, old wives' tale,
Yeah.
stuff. Like
things that sound.
They probably sell like
they
a
probably-
gua sha or something.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So some stuff is like, things like gua sha I think are kind of arguable. Like some people say, yeah, it does do something. And some
Yeah.
people say like, no, it doesn't. So, you know, there's really no evidence.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like malicious.
No, and I think there's worse scams to fall. Yeah.
Yeah.
More malicious things.
And they do have a lot of free things like the blog and the podcast and stuff. Like you don't, if you want to engage with Goop, you don't have to spend money, but they definitely have some expensive things for sale. Around the time that Goop is growing, Coldplay is working on the Milo Xyloto album, which has songs like Paradise and Every Teardrop is a Waterfall, which are a lot more poppy and electronic, but they're good songs, I think. And there's
I like that album.
Yeah, me too. The song Charlie Brown is great. And yeah, they're raising their kids and they're pretty private. Like we don't know a ton. We see them sometimes out and about, but like it seems like everything's going pretty great. Chris was on CBS Sunday Morning and he asked how it felt getting with Gwyneth, and he said, from being a loser to going out with an Oscar winner, it's a giant leap. Let's face it, it's like winning the lottery.
Loser.
I know. So then I'm kind of moving along. 2012. This is something that we learned later, but Chris said that around the time in 2012 that he was a mess and that he was not able to enjoy what the band was good at during the tour before that. So that would have been the Milo Xyloto. I never know how to say that.
I thought it was Milo Xylo.
There's a T. It's Xyloto. Xyloto. Yeah. It's XYLOTO. Yeah, so that, I don't know. It seems like he wasn't in a good place for some reason. And, but I also read that his parents actually divorced in 2012.
Ooh.
So maybe that's why.
That would definitely attribute to it.
So maybe it has absolutely nothing to do with his relationship. I don't know. Some people on Reddit thought that they canceled the final leg of their MX tour in Latin America because of relationship problems with Gwyneth. People said that he moved out of their house for a while and even lived in Guy Berryman's flat for a bit, but I don't know if that's even true. I don't know where that's coming from. People seem to think they were fighting or something, but I don't know.
So imagine like you're touring too much. Like maybe you're in a bad place because you're always on the road.
Yeah.
And you're just burning yourself out. And maybe that is why he's having relationship issues too. He's never home.
I know.
They tour a lot.
It sounds like it. And it probably doesn't help to be constantly like, picking up, moving from one city to the next, to the next, to the next.
Missing like events in your children's lives.
True. And Gwyneth is definitely like 100% in. I mean, yeah, she's doing Goop, but like she's very much focused on the kids.
Yeah, she gave up her job for it.
Yeah.
His parents got divorced very late in life.
True.
And that probably
oh my gosh.
doesn't help him to think like, what if that happens to me? And like my marriage isn't doing the best it's doing right now, but like we could power through this or whatever, you know. And then like, shit, my parents are getting divorced right now. Like, fuck.
True.
I don't know. It probably is messing with his
Might
head.
make him think like, wow, we have like so many more years till we're at that place.
Yeah.
Is it even worth it?
Yeah.
If you might just end up divorced
Literally.
in your 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Kate. In 2013, Gwyneth said in an interview with Self magazine, she said, "You're not learning anything unless you're having the difficult conversations," meaning like in a relationship. "Dealing with things directly changed my relationship. Sometimes when you get clear about who you are, others get less comfortable because they liked who you were. It's changed my marriage too, but he's up for the challenge." And she told Harper's Bazaar, "We are growing into very similar people. It's cool. It's good. It's not always easy though."
Okay.
You know, but I do feel like when celebrities are honest, unfortunately, it reveals cracks that, I don't know, it's a bad sign when they're honest in a way. Like,
When they're honest that there are problems.
when there's problems, yeah. Because that's
Yeah.
when the media starts speculating about it more and more and starts, like, getting ready for, like, they're on the verge of divorce, and I don't know if, like, the gossip, like, makes it worse.
I feel like there's gotta be something wrong for you to be that open about, like, it's not easy. Because, like, okay, yeah, sure. That is true. It's not always easy. But when I talk to random people that I don't know and they ask me about my boyfriend, I would never, like,
Say
very
that.
quickly go to, like, sometimes we have problems. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's, like,
I'm like, no, he's awesome. He's a sweetheart. Like,
Yeah.
and that's all true. And I would never even say that until I got super deep into knowing someone.
yeah.
Especially if it's just like a journal.
It's also not
Yeah.
the first thing you'd think of that there
Yeah.
are problems.
Yeah.
It's like if you really think about it, yeah, everyone has problems, but
Yeah.
it's not someone. Yeah, if someone asked you, like the first thing you'd say would be like, "Oh yeah, I love them so much." Like,
So maybe it also pairs with what we were talking about in the last episode where you're just going to spill your guts to whoever's asking, where it's kind of like anybody gives you an in, you're going to say something where it's like,
Oh, because she's so
Has-
upset.
yeah, because she's like willing to say something, like just wants to vent about it.
It's just
or
like pooling
something.
over.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys know Consciously Uncoupling is coming, and I'm going to tell you that it's coming soon. But March 31st, April 1st, and April 7th, Chris was a guest judge on The Voice.
I think
And I'm just going to warm you up and ask who else had The Voice as part of their breakup.
oh, I know, Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert. Yeah,
Okay, now...
because he was spending too much time with Adam Levine.
Oh, is this part of the trivia? Did I get it wrong already?
Was that a
Yeah,
question?
yeah, that was... You got it right.
That was the trivia?
No, there's more. That's
Okay,
just like...
I was like, shit, I didn't think I had to be like on top of it. I knew the
Well, that
answer.
was the first part. Okay, now it turns out I've never even watched The Voice, to be honest.
Okay.
But it turns out that 10 other Hall of Flames have also either been a coach or guest coach on The Voice.
Whoa.
I can name a couple.
I can name a couple.
Can you
Yep.
guys name?
Ariana Grande, Miley Cyrus.
Yes, yes.
Okay. No, that
We already got Blake Shelton, so... Oh, wait.
Can you? Does
That-
Blake
that
Shelton?
doesn't count.
Oh,
Yeah.
Blake Shelton.
Okay, he doesn't
No,
count.
no, she said
Oh.
Blake Shelton.
Okay.
Oh gosh, this is hard.
Yeah, now I'm forgetting. John Legend, but
A lot of them were really surprising.
that they've
Paul
done it?
McCartney.
No,
No.
he has not done it.
No, but that's a good guess, actually.
Singers, and we have to think of singers, I guess. Taylor Swift, no.
No, she no.
Yes.
Really? What?
She was a guest
What?
judge,
I
like
did
back in like
not-
2011 or something
I did
like
not
that.
know
Okay,
that.
Huh? John Mayer,
No.
Katy Perry.
No.
Don't just. Okay, that's.
Oh, yeah.
that's
Is there
enough.
a limit? Oh.
That's a limit. You can't just name every singer.
No, I don't.
Well, don't we usually do 3?
Yes.
Wait, there's 10 people we have to name.
That shit is 10. So you just get 5 maybe.
Okay.
Or no, I guess you can keep guessing until
we
What?
get
Okay,
you
I
give
already
up.
said Ariana Grande.
Yeah. Mel is 2, you have 1.
James Taylor.
Yes.
He really.
Yeah.
Who?
Isn't that
The
crazy?
show covered.
Carly Simon.
No.
I'm gonna say Jay-Z.
Nope.
Beyonce.
Nope.
Rihanna.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
And these were some guest judges, so like it was only for a
Drake?
couple episodes. No.
Mariah Carey.
Yes.
Oh,
We're tied now.
Oh no. I'm gonna say Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
How'd
you get that?
How many are left?
Okay, Mel has 4. There are 1, 2, 3 left.
Oh. Can I have a hint?
Just think of someone, just anyone.
Every singer that I can think of.
Oh,
you
I have
haven't
another one.
covered.
I have another one. I'll give it to you.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay, Justin Timberlake.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What? Okay, then who?
Okay. Do you fold?
No.
Oh,
Let me have one more
I'm not
guess.
gonna tell you then.
Let me have one more guess. Because Val gave me a wrong.
Some people might have been like loyal to American Idol. You know, I don't think anyone did both.
That's why Katy Perry.
Yeah.
And Jennifer Lopez. Loyal to American Idol. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like once you sign a contract with one,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Okay.
Does that change things?
Wait, give us the genre.
You're like, oh.
Give us the genre of music.
Of these last people?
Yeah.
I would say more rock.
Oh.
Rock pop.
In bands or solo artists?
Both.
Men or women? Men.
There's 3 left.
Is one of them
There's both.
Is one of them the guy from Death Cab for
No.
Cutie?
No, what?
I don't know. That's a band.
I know. Okay, I think that's
That was your
it.
guess.
Do you? Fine.
Mel wins. Good job, though, Kate. The last 3 that we didn't name were Nick Jonas, Joe Jonas, and Stevie Nicks.
That's
I know, I just said Joe Jonas. Okay, anyway,
Yeah,
thanks
I
for playing, guys. That was really fun.
yeah.
Mel knows her pop culture. It missed Chris being on The Voice on March 25th. Gwyneth and Chris shocked the world by announcing in a Goop newsletter that the two were consciously uncoupling.
When was this?
This was 2014.
Wow. Okay, so this was pre.
Are you going to read the whole newsletter?
I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll read some of it. And apparently got so much attention that it crashed the site. Wow. People are freaking out.
Yeah, I
So
can imagine.
under a heading that said consciously uncoupling, they, but perhaps just she, wrote, "It is with hearts full of sadness that we have decided to separate. We have been working hard for well over a year, some of it together, some of it separated, to see what might have been possible between us, and we have come to the conclusion that while we love each other very much, we will remain separate. We are, however, and always will be a family, and in many ways we are closer than we have ever been. We are parents first and foremost to 2 incredibly wonderful children, and we ask for their, in our separate space to privacy, to be respected at this difficult time. We have always conducted our relationship privately, and we hope that we will continue, that as we consciously uncouple and co-parent, we will be able to continue in the same manner." Gwyneth did not actually invent this term. It was coined by their family therapist, Catherine Woodward Thomas, who wrote about it, but Gwyneth definitely brought this into the mainstream with this Goop post. And today there is a whole post on the Goop site about consciously uncoupling that I assume Gwyneth wrote, or at least she had some involvement in it. So it came after the fact. I don't think it was written like during this time, but I don't think I'll read the whole thing, but it's very like lofty. It says like, divorce is a traumatic and difficult decision for all parties involved, and there's arguably no salve besides time to take that pain away. However, when the whole concept of marriage and divorce is re-examined, there's actually something far more powerful and positive at play. The media likes to throw around the statistic that 50% of all marriages end in divorce. It turns out that's accurate. Many people are concerned about the divorce rate and see it as an important problem that needs to be fixed. But what if divorce itself isn't the problem? What if it's just a symptom of something deeper that needs our attention? The high divorce rate might actually be a calling to learn a new way of being in relationships. And it goes on to talk about how in the upper Paleolithic period of human history, people didn't live as long, and now we live longer, and that people can't be expected to be in relationships for decades. And then it goes on to write about the end of the honeymoon phase and how at the start of a relationship, we project positive ideas and attributes on our partner, but later start projecting negatively on them. And then it says, if we can recognize that our partners in our intimate relationships are our teachers, helping us evolve our eternal spiritual support structure, we can avoid the drama of divorce and experience what we call a consciously uncoupling.
Wow.
And I had a question. Is there actually a difference between consciously uncoupling and breaking up? Or is it just a different word?
It sounds like consciously uncoupling means that you are still going to be a part of each other's lives.
Yeah.
You
that's true.
still are going to care about the other person.
Yeah.
It's just in a different way. You were just
not gonna be a
choosing
couple.
choosing not to be romantic, but you are still keeping the relationship in some way.
Yeah.
What exists of it.
Yes.
And I don't think it makes sense for everybody to do that. Like, it definitely makes sense if you have kids and you were married, but I think if you were dating for several years, I don't know if you necessarily need to
Maybe
then I think it's better to just break up.
maybe if you were friends to begin with, became a couple, and then realized you want to stay friends, then that. But if you're just like in a toxic relationship, you don't need to uncouple or whatever. Yeah.
It's interesting. They didn't say the word mutual, but the way they wrote about it made it sound like it. Like as if we just came to this conclusion. We both decided and we're both working on it. They didn't say mutual, but it was making me think about that term or that phrase that people use where they say it's mutual. And so I did ask a poll to lovely listeners on Patreon. I said, are breakups ever truly mutual? I said, is someone lying to themselves when they say a breakup is mutual? Is there always a dumper and a dumpee, or at least an initiator? Or is it possible to both reach the same conclusion at the same time? Do entirely mutual breakups happen? And to my surprise, 55% of people, I mean, it's pretty close, but most people did say no, it's a myth. And 45% said yes, I've seen it happen / been in one. I was surprised. I thought more people would say, yeah, definitely can happen.
I think it can happen. I think two people can both realize that
it's not working
out, or they're not made for one another. Like they just don't they just don't work for one another. So I can see them both coming to the same decision. And like one obviously is the dumper, but then the other person who gets dumped isn't heartbroken.
No matter what, someone has to express it first.
Someone has to do it.
Someone has to put it out there. But also, like, you might both come to the same conclusion, but like, at what timeline? Like, it might be because someone is not putting in the effort anymore, like over a long period of time. And so then, like, they are kind of the one responsible, but the other person is just, like, giving up fighting anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that kind of happened with, like, I mean, it wasn't mutual, I don't think, but, like, Reese and Ryan 2 episodes ago, you would think that he would have been okay with it because he was, like, cheating on her, but then he was actually upset. Like, I don't know, people do reach their breaking point. And that's... Sarah actually commented and said, I think breakups can be mutual if it reaches a true breaking point / goes on for longer than it should. And Trisha said, I think a breakup can seem mutual. I think most times there's someone who brings up the idea and the person getting dumped acts like it's mutual because they've accepted it.
I think honestly, maybe this is controversial, only works or actually happens if it's early in the relationship.
Really?
Because I think once it passes, like, maybe, like, let's say a year or so, somebody's more invested. Or somebody...
I don't see why the time matters, though.
I think, you know, you're going on dates and you're figuring each other out, and then, like I said, like, you realize this isn't going to work out. You both kind of come to that conclusion.
But that's not even really a breakup, though.
No, that's not really breakup, it's mutual.
Yeah.
And so I think when it comes to, like, it's a breaking point, that's not really a mutual type thing because I don't think that's mutual.
Like, one person did want it to go a different way.
Yeah, exactly.
So... I was really curious, like, this all sounds like really lovely, and I'm glad that they were working to still get along and not blame each other and to co-parent, but I did still have to wonder what happened.
I know. Yeah, like, why couldn't they work it out? It does sound like they were trying to.
I know.
Especially if they did have, like, a couples therapist.
I do feel like up until they broke up, it was, like, a long time coming. Like, people, maybe because she said it's not always easy, like, they were not often photographed together.
No.
And it did seem like they were married, but, like weren't a couple. Like they didn't seem that romantic for a long time. Like they didn't go to events together that much.
That's true.
And people were almost like, oh, it's finally happened. Like the people were expecting it.
Yeah, I mean, they were apart a lot. I didn't have that much to show you guys of what they... I mean, yeah, they had kids, and they probably had so many private moments you can never imagine, but, like, yeah, I agree. It kind of... When you look back, it seems like it was coming. I was... Obviously, you always have to wonder, was there infidelity? In 2011, page 6 did allege that Chris had an affair with an SNL assistant.
Wow.
And there were rumors about an open marriage. There were also rumors about him and Kate Bosworth, but that might have been just entirely fiction. And by the way, who even is Kate Bosworth?
I know who Kate
I've heard
Bosworth
the name.
is.
No, I know who she is too, and I looked up her movies. Like, I know she's an actress, but she is one of those people that's like, what?
Yeah.
You're more famous than you should be, at least in America. You know her?
Yeah, she used to be in this one movie I really, really loved. I used to watch it a lot.
What?
I am blanking on the name.
Oh, can't have loved it that much.
I did. I am just blanking on the name. It's about this girl who goes to Italy, and now I'm blanking on the name. But
Okay. Well, speaking of Italy, later in life,
wow,
in a
segue.
revealing essay to British Vogue, Gwyneth described a weekend away in Tuscany for her 38th birthday. So this would have been around 2010. She's just reflecting on it as the pivotal moment when she recognized their relationship had run its course. And she wrote, I don't recall when it happened exactly. I don't remember what day of the weekend it was or what time of day, but I knew despite long walks and longer lines, big glasses of Barolo and hands held, my marriage was over. So that was 4 years before they announced they were consciously uncoupling.
Dang, 4 years.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
I know. And she said that she wanted something very different from him. And I just wonder what that means.
Yeah.
You know, usually people say that one of them wants to get married or one of them wants to have kids. I feel like those are the common things people say. I'm curious what, when you are already married, what is something different? Could it have been an open relationship or something?
I think just him probably being home.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you wouldn't be able to have much like intimacy.
Why were they
stability.
torn so much?
Yeah.
Was
could've
it really just for money? Like, was their lifestyle that expensive, or he just loved it? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
They never really took a break.
Even now.
Even this year that this all happened, they released an album called Ghost Stories.
It must have been for money.
And this is Gwyneth's breakup album. The Gwyneth, you know, the one about her. And I feel like it was released sort of quietly, but I really like this album. It has this song Midnight that I like. Kind of has like a Bon Iver song sound to it. It does have Sky Full of Stars, which was in the... Is that the one that was in the Fault in Our Stars soundtrack? I think so. It's just very poppy. And it was kind of like, whoa, what happened in Coldplay? Like, what the heck? But it does have a song, you guys have heard it. It plays in stores and stuff, called Magic, which I think is probably about Gwyneth, where he says, call it magic, call it true.
Sing it.
And if you were to ask me, after all that we've been through, still believe in magic? Yes, I do. Of course I do. And a lot of the songs sound very sad about how it all turned out, still thinking of her and thinking about how it's supposed to be for his life. And it doesn't sound all that happy about consciously uncoupling. So, I don't know. I have to wonder if it was easier for her, maybe because she's already done so much, like, personal work on herself.
Yeah.
She's so into that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder if
It's
she was able to get through it.
weird for her to be like, we've been working on our marriage and, like, working on it. But it's weird for then also to be like, 4 years prior, it already come to the conclusion that it was, like, completely over. So it's like, then for those 4 years, were you trying to get it to work, or were you already accepting that it was over?
Maybe she's in denial.
Yeah. Well,
know.
but yeah, I also wonder like how much of this like attitude is speaking it into fruition, like that you're happy about it or you're at peace with it, like especially like making it seem like a very positive thing for the sake of your children, which divorce is such a traumatic thing for kids to go through.
Yeah.
That like convincing yourself, but also convincing your kids like that this is like a good thing, which I feel like we always hear that like parents sit the kids down and be like, it's for the best, like it's gonna be better this way, and like
That's true.
trying to make it really really positive.
Maybe.
Yeah, you obviously, for the public statement, have to make it seem like it's like the best thing ever. Maybe not as best as the Isla Fisher and Sasha Baron
Oh, that was so weird. I was thinking about that
statement.
We're finally putting our rackets down.
Crazy. So
was
careless. So July 2014, although they've split, apparently they vacationed together in the Bahamas with the kids. I mean, yeah, they are still going to be a family, as they said, and they were even spotted holding hands.
That's confusing.
I know, that is confusing. What? And Chris said in an interview, we're very close. In an interview with Valentine in the morning, we're very close. There's a lot of love. There's no scandal. But about a month later, after this, about 4 months after announcing consciously uncoupling, Chris began dating Jennifer Lawrence, someone from our Hall of Flames.
I forgot about that.
Me too.
And Gwyneth started dating someone too, Brad Falchuk, who is an American television writer and producer who's known for co-creating Glee, American Horror Story, Scream Queens, and Pose with Ryan Murphy. He's like Ryan Murphy's writing partner. And it's kind of interesting because he has a similar job to what her dad did. And Gwyneth was on Glee, and she actually met him in 2010.
Forgot about
Me
that.
too.
Yeah.
She met him in 2010, which is interesting because that's like when she realized her marriage was over. I just have to wonder, like, I don't think anything happened, but like maybe in the back of her mind she was like, oh, I could be with this nice guy, not
maybe she saw a
stupid Chris.
possibility.
Yeah, she's checking out her options.
She's her options.
You never know.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Chris and JLo broke up after a year. Then from August 2015 to August 2017, so 2 years, Chris was in an on-again relationship with the actress Annabelle Wallis.
I don't know.
Me neither. And then throughout dating Jennifer and Annabelle, apparently Chris still hadn't signed divorce papers.
Oh,
he had
weird.
never responded to Gwyneth's divorce petition, which was filed in 2015, and eventually it did get signed. It's just weird.
I'd find that weird if I was Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
I know.
Be like,
Maybe she didn't know. I don't know. Maybe they couldn't agree on the terms. I'm not sure.
Maybe it was just a long, drawn-out thing. I don't know.
But it sounds way more complicated than just like, we are lovingly parting.
Consciously
Like,
uncoupling.
he's not signing the papers. 2017 to Vanity Fair, Gwyneth said that she felt like people were coming around to the term consciously uncoupling. She said, it's a dorky term, but it's very worthwhile. I'm always the person who gets shit at first, but people later say, hey, maybe that's a good idea. I don't mind. In 2017, Chris also starts dating the actress Dakota Johnson. In 2018, Gwyneth marries Brad Falchuk.
Oh.
So, you know, Chris, it's just interesting. Chris has had like several relationships after their divorce, where Gwyneth basically went right into this other long-term relationship and marriage.
Not to spoiler, but she's still with him?
She is still with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Interesting.
Good for her.
Yeah.
And didn't he go, Chris, I feel like I remember hearing he went on their honeymoon with them?
I don't know.
I feel like she said that one
Was he
time.
babysitting the kids or
I
something?
feel like she said it like on Ellen. That
I mean, I didn't write that down if you did.
I think like maybe the kids went too or something. But
Maybe.
after getting
I would
married,
hope they would
Chris
stay
came.
like in a separate cabana or
That's
something.
too much.
Yeah, he did in Hawaii, I guess. Came along. That's so weird.
They must be pretty chill.
I miss the new husband. No,
They-
like, can we have our privacy?
They do this a lot. They go on vacation with the family, which is nice. Like, it's nice that the kids
I'm sure
get to
they
be
had
with
their
parents.
privacy,
Yeah.
but Chris must
Yeah.
have just been watching the kids or something during the day or the night.
Yeah, maybe.
And her new husband had his own children too, so it's
Okay,
like
cute.
a whole blended family.
Yeah.
Did his ex-wife come?
I don't
I
think
know.
so.
That'd be funny.
So in 2019, she was on the Dax Shepard podcast, and although she had made their divorce sound kind of seamless, she said it was difficult, but she, the whole consciously uncoupling thing, I think it makes it sound, I don't know, much more peaceful. She did say in this interview that at the time I was in a lot of pain. It felt like such a failure to me. It was so hard, and I was so worried about my kids. So it definitely wasn't that easy. I feel like the messaging made it seem like it was or something. You know, like, oh, how are they able to, like, not be fighting each other and screaming and stuff? But it was hard. In 2020, to British Vogue, she shared about Chris. She said, we just didn't quite fit together. But man, we did love our children. Between the day that I knew and the day that we finally relented to the truth, we tried everything. We did not want to fail. We didn't want to let anyone down. We desperately didn't want to hurt our children. We didn't want to lose our family.
Do you think the reason they got married is because they had a kid?
Maybe.
And that's the reason why they kind of
Maybe.
stayed in that relationship for as long as they did?
Possibly. It did happen all pretty fast. In 2021, about Chris, she definitely talks about him way more. I mean, I said earlier, she's very loose lips these days. About Chris, she said, he's like my brother, you know, he's my family. I love him. And I'm so grateful to him for him giving me these kids. It worked out well. You know, it really did, I have to say. Again, in 2023 at the Goop Wellness Summit.
Sorry. Don't call him brother. Okay, now.
Well, I was going to say at the Goop Wellness Summit, she said it again. She said, I know it sounds really weird to say, but he's kind of like my brother now. And it's hard for people to understand, but I really did make a commitment that he would stay my family. And I think we suffer a lot less because of that.
Nice to say, like, he's still my family, but just to be like, he's my family and... don't call him brother.
She must not be attracted to him at all.
Yeah.
No. To say that.
No, but like,
she doesn't think of him that way.
Have a sexual relationship with
know.
him. And it's just weird to be like,
yeah, but that's your kid's dad.
Yeah, that's your kid's
But I guess, is it possible to have a sexual relationship with someone and then you just, like, forget about it? Like, it's just, like, you don't think about it ever again?
Maybe.
Just, like,
I would say...
It's like, yeah, that was in the past,
yes,
but, like, whatever.
in, like, a friend way, but then be like, you're like my brother. Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
He's like my brother, honestly. October 2023, on Instagram, Gwyneth was answering questions people were asking her, and someone said, what's your relationship like with Dakota Johnson? And Gwyneth chose to answer and said, we're actually very good friends. I love her so much. She's an adorable, wonderful person. I love her. I can see how it would seem weird because it's sort of unconventional, but I think in this case, just having passed through it iteratively, I just adore her. And then a month later, Gwyneth even posted a picture of her and Dakota on a walk holding hands.
Cute.
That is sweet. I mean, I think that's really great for the kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is sweet. It's weird, but it's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive. You always have to wonder. We've talked about this before. Like, is it really that easy?
I know.
I mean, people go through that every day, like non-famous people just having step-siblings. I mean, not step-siblings, step-parents.
I meant more Gwyneth and Dakota just being so cool.
People do that.
Yeah.
But, I can see why that would be weird, I guess. But, I mean, it seems like Chris gets along well enough with Gwen's new husband, so...
Our aunt was divorced, and her ex-husband was remarried, and she was always, like, so kind. I mean, she was a very kind person, but very kind towards the new wife. And, like, I remember her saying, like, yeah, like, I wanted our boys, like, to, you know, call her mom, or, like...
What?
Like, or maybe not call her mom, but, like you know, they can say that they have two moms. Yeah. She didn't feel threatened by, like, the stepmother at all, and, like, embraced that. And I think that was, like, very...
It's
helpful for the boys, probably.
That's sweet.
Especially since the kids are still young.
Yeah.
So today, Gwyneth is making her return to film, actually.
Well, she's been in film.
Yeah, I mean, she did, like,
the Marvel movies.
Yeah, that was a while ago, though.
Well, she was in the Iron Man movies, and then she was in, like, the Avengers movies, and then she was in one of the Spider-Man movies. And
when was that?
She was in the first Spider-Man
Yeah,
movie,
but when was the last one?
The last one she was in was was Avengers Endgame, which was 2019.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, she did Glee, too. She has done a little bit of acting, but I guess, like, I don't know, this feels different because she's going to be in that film Marty Supreme with Timothée Chalamet, and it's a leading role. I mean, she wasn't a leading role in those Marvel movies. She just kind of, like, makes an appearance.
She's not, like, going for an Oscar in those.
No, she was, okay, she was, like, the female lead role in like the Iron Man movies.
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
Those were a while ago. Like she was definitely like, yeah, like a cameo in the other ones. But yeah, that's like MCU. That's for like a paycheck for sure. Mm-hmm. This is like return to form for her as like.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay.
But you said return to like movies and acting and stuff, and I'm like, I'm just saying she has been acting.
She's returning to
Although
film.
there was a
film. Those are movies. This is film.
Okay, well, I was gonna say there was an interview. I don't know if you ever saw it. There was an interview where
I'm probably talking about it. What?
Interview with Jon Favreau.
Oh, what?
Oh, there was an interview she did with Jon Favreau. I think it was for Endgame or Infinity War or something. And he was like, oh, you were in Spider-Man. She's like, no, I wasn't. And he was like, yeah, you were. And she's like, I was not in Spider-Man. And he was like, you did that scene. And she's like, that was in Spider-Man? Like, she didn't know what movies she was
Totally
in.
just a paycheck.
Yeah,
She didn't watch it. I think it's funny. Have you ever seen the quote from Kirsten Dunst? Like, she was in the Spider-Man movies, and she was asked if she had seen, like, the recent one or something. She was like, it's just not my thing.
That's so funny. It's just dumb.
Anyway, she's been, like, in the news a little bit because she, like, infamously denied using an intimacy coordinator.
Oh, yeah.
And she apparently has sex scenes with Timothée Chalamet, and she was like, okay, great. I'm 109 years old. You're 14. I don't know. I just think she's like, so doesn't give a fuck these days. Coldplay also has a new album, of course, called Moon Music. I listened to it. It's okay. I actually kind of like some of the songs. Today, Apple Martin is 20. She's gorgeous. Moses is 19. He's also very cute. Apparently, Chris and Dakota Johnson, I just read that they broke up.
Yeah.
People are still, like, unsure if it's true, but I think it is. I think it definitely is. There was even a story about how, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't get into it because it's a different couple, but yeah, it appears that they're over.
How long, like, when did they get together? How long?
I think that was 2017. They started dating.
So a while. Have you ever seen how some people think Chris Martin's soulmate or who he should be is Beyonce?
No.
They have done music together.
They did the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah. I don't know. For some reason, people like ship them or something.
Really?
Wait, I thought you were gonna say there's like science behind it or something.
I don't know if there's
like
science, but
data
what
to
would the
support.
science?
I don't know if there's
How
data,
could there
but
be science?
what?
I don't know. People like analyze.
There's like they're analyzing like pictures and videos and stuff. I don't know.
I think they would be cute together, actually.
They had she was on one of their songs in Head Full of Dreams.
And they both like to tour.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Yeah.
And they could do a joint tour together.
Interesting.
I mean, she's still married, but I think when people saw that he wasn't with Dakota anymore, they were like, he's free to be with Faye.
I think Beyonce.
Will never leave Jay-Z.
No, I think she should.
I think she should too, but I don't think she will.
Everybody thinks that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if she ever will, but apparently he's single. So we'll see what happens.
Who do we think he'll be with?
I hope Beyonce.
I feel like he dates often American women.
I know he does. He does. He is 48.
Oh,
Okay.
I feel like he's just in such a different place from Dakota Johnson.
yeah. How old is she?
She's probably in her 30s. 35 maybe.
I'm looking it up.
I get a weird vibe from her.
Me too. She's 35.
Ah.
Yeah. Now that she, had this materialist movie and Pedro Pascal, like now she's too good for him, apparently.
Oh, maybe.
Why? Because she's a star.
I don't like how she does that thing in interviews where she just like, I don't know, I know she's like kind of monotone, but she's
too monotone.
Yeah, it comes off a little like sociopathic.
It just comes off a little too, I'm too good for this.
Yeah, like she can't really be earnest.
Yeah.
And then she like often like lies in interviews, and
I was so annoyed
She
by
lies?
that Lime thing.
yeah, she did like this like
The
yeah.
GQ house tour maybe.
yeah.
thing.
And she said like she turned around, there's a bowl of limes, and she's like, "Oh, and I just have limes. I love limes. I love them so much." And then, like, she gave it another interview, and she said, yeah, I was totally lying. Like,
That was set
just
dressing.
Set dressing. And then she said, I'm actually allergic to limes. And then later she revealed, Yeah, I was lying about that too. Like, I'm actually not allergic to lying.
Yeah, who's allergic to lying?
I feel like
Yeah.
she's trying to be in like a Robert Pattinson type of
Yeah, maybe.
mysterious type of way, but she's not that good
even
of an
even though
actress.
like that's not true, Ellen.
Yeah.
Trying to be funny.
That whole thing, I even wonder if that was a lie.
I think she was trying to be funny.
I don't like pathological liars. That I mean,
Oh, you like Robert Pattinson?
That was a joke. No, but that we've always said it makes us a little uneasy.
yes, like I think we have. But like when someone is constantly lying about little things, that is a major character flaw. I don't care if it's a little thing. It adds up over time, and there's always something off with that.
Now I feel like we can't trust anything she says.
No, I don't think you can trust anything. That's why I don't.
Yeah.
Who
Well,
could he be with?
apparently, if you want to hear about the Dakota Johnson, according to Radar Online, that they broke up partly according to a source from her that he was too dependent on her, and that if she went away or wasn't answering calls for any length of time, that he would fly off the handle, and that he didn't approve of her going out with her friends. But we don't know. I don't know what the other side of the story is, or if that's even true.
Well, what if she was like going out with her friends and like going?
He
I don't
seems
know.
too old for that.
What?
Like, he has kids. Like, how
I know.
dependent on her can he be?
Maybe he was kind of. I bet because he is at a different stage in life. Maybe he just wants to be home with her, and that seems too dependent. Maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe. And maybe he doesn't want her going out to clubs or something without him or something.
But he is possibly a little hot-headed, so
Who
maybe
could he be with?
he was flying off the handle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't know if I ever want to cover them, but this is our Chris Martin Dakota Johnson
Yeah.
segment. But that is Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow. That's really it, from lovers to brother and sister.
Imagine if that was an actual
Because it's better than the
trajectory.
other way around.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
But that never happened.
Oh my god.
Well, we have had
Cousins?
Not brother and sister. Why would we choose to do
I don't know if they're like kings and queens
What
or
even is-
whatever.
Well, Cleopatra and her brother.
True, but we
true.
didn't cover them.
Yeah.
That would be freaking weird if one of us chose to do a brother and sister couple. Well, odds to get back together.
Well, she's unlikely.
remarried.
Yeah.
Maybe like 3.
What about
Percent.
consciously coupling?
Consciously coupling again.
Consciously recoupling. I honestly, even though she is remarried, because I didn't know she got remarried and is still married to this guy, I thought she was going to get back together with Brad Pitt.
Wow.
Low key.
I mean, she's always praising him.
I know.
In the press. It seems like not. She seems not attracted to Chris anymore and keeps calling him her brother. So I would say, yeah, but they are interacting a lot. So I'll just say 2% chance.
Yeah.
I don't think so, though. I really wish her the best with Brad Falchuk.
I don't think so.
I wish her the best with her husband. Both of them, inspiration to all who want to consciously uncouple. Well, yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank you, Kell.
you.
Whew.
Who are we covering next week?
Not next week.
Oh, sorry.
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Next
I
episode.
should have written down a description. This classic. You guys know I love my musicians from the 60s and 70s. This is a singer-songwriter, Canadian from that time. And
No, they were.
their muse. And the story takes place on a Greek island. And I guess if you know, you know. But
Okay.
that's all I'll say.
Wow.
All right.
All right. Well, we will get back together in 2 weeks.
Is your heart filled with pain? Shall